In 2021, we've had 8 drivers change their co-drivers, which is quite remarkable. There have been different reasons for the changes, from salary disputes to just trying something new. We're going to give you a small overview of all the co-driver changes and the reasons behind the changes. Before the season even began, Teemu Sunninen announced that he's parting ways with his co-driver Jarmo Lehtinen, who drove with Teemu for 1.5 years. Lehtinen was offered the job at Toyota Gazoo Racing, where he now is the new event leader in the team and helps Kai Lindström with sporting responsibilities. Sunninen was reunited with Mikko Markkula, who had been co-driving for Juha Salo since him and Teemu broke up at the end of 2018. Thierry Neuville was set to start Rally Monte Carlo with his longtime co-driver Nicolas Gilzoul, but 1.5 weeks before the rally, Thierry and Nicolas decided they would go their separate ways. The reason behind the separation is clouded with question marks, but one can guess that it had something to do with Nicolas' salary. This meant that Thierry was without a co-driver and Monte Carlo was starting the following week. In comes Martin Wittag, who was De Mevius' co-driver. Monte Carlo was quite shaky for Thierry and Martin, but they still managed to grab 3rd place. After Monte, it has been quite smooth sailing for them. Gus Greensmith hasn't had the easiest couple of years. His jump into the WRC car has been a big learning experience, and to help with his learning, Gus broke up with Elliot Edmondson and started working with Chris Patterson. Chris is a very experienced co-driver, having co-driven for Petter Solberg, Khalid El-Qasimi, Chris Meek, Matthew Wilson, and many others. The reason behind the change was that Gus and Elliot are both quite young, and Elliot was maybe too young to co-drive for Gus, and they wanted more of a father figure next to him. What I mean by father figure is somebody who he will listen to. Also, Chris has so much knowledge about how to approach the rallies and how to build up your pace notes, which benefited Gus massively. But this marriage also didn't last as long as people would have hoped. In Spain, it was announced that Patterson won't be continuing with Greensmith in 2022, so Gus is again looking for a co-driver who has good experience and does his job well. Dani Sordo is probably this year's co-driver changing champion. In Monte Carlo, he drove with Carlos Del Barrio, who he's been together with since 2018. But after Monte, Carlos walked away and in came Borja Rosada. Dani and Borja enjoyed a lustful marriage until Rally Greece, where Borja was replaced by Candido Carrera. Dani and Candido are still together, but I'm afraid to make any long-time promises to you. Andreas Mikkelsen is another man who has had 3 co-drivers this season. Before the season even began, he and Anders Jaeger broke up, and Andreas started working with Olaf Löhn. But halfway through the season, their relationship started to hit troubled waters, and they went their separate ways again. At first, Andreas teamed up with Jonas Andersen, but that was only for Baron Rally Slin. Jonas can't compete in WRC rallies in 2021 because of his ban that he received in Rally Portugal, and which lasts until the end of the year. So Andreas called Elliot Edmondson, and they went to Greece together, where they grabbed the win. They also won Rally Azores together, and it seems that this partnership is going to last for a while. Pierre Louis Loubet has had a nightmarish start to his Hyundai campaign. He has only finished 2 rallies in the last 2 years, and left many of us scratching our heads as to what the problem is. Well, Loubet and his team thought that maybe the problem is the co-driver, and so Vincent Landais was sent packing, and in came Florian Hot Labradette. Why was this switch made? No one really knows. Adrien Fourmaux and Renaud Jamoul have been achieving great things for the last 3 years, but shockingly, after Rally Greece, Adrien announced that he and Renault are going their separate ways, and that there are no hard feelings. A couple of days after the announcement, an interview with Renault came out, where he stated that his and Adrien's personalities were different, and when even more success came, those personalities grew even further apart. So Renault decided to leave because he felt it was the right time. Adrian's new co-driver is Alexander Correa, who was Johan Russell's co-driver. So we still have a question mark about who is going to co-drive for Russell, who most probably will be the WRC3 champion in 2021. Oliver Solberg is the most surprising co-driver changer in my opinion. Him and Aaron Johnston have been enjoying a great partnership for the last couple of years, but after Rally Greece, it was made public that Oliver and Aaron won't be continuing together. It was a little bit of a shock because these two have been great together, but it seems there were troubles inside the car which led to this change. They chose Craig Drew to replace Aaron Johnston, a super experienced co-driver who's been co-driving for David Higgins, but who doesn't have much WRC experience. Takamoto Katsuta has been driving with Dan Barrett since 2019, and they even grabbed their first podium in Rally Kenya. But in Rally Estonia, after a heavy landing, Dan suffered a back injury that put him on the sidelines for a couple of months. Because Dan had to rest for his back to heal up, Taka needed a new co-driver, so Keaton Williams was chosen, and they started their partnership in Belgium, where they unfortunately crashed. But it was the next rally, Rally Greece, where their partnership ended. Keaton had some personal emergencies during Rally Greece and had to fly home to deal with them. So Taka was again looking for a co-driver. This time the chosen one is no other than Aaron Johnston, the man who got replaced by Oliver Solberg. So one door closes, another one opens, as they say. And in terms of Aaron Johnston, I would argue that a better door opened. We hope you enjoyed our video, and let us know in the comments if we missed a co-driver change, or do you think we should have included Sebastian Ogier's co-driver change?